get started. Get myself situated. We are going to start with a chain 4, slip knot, chain 4. Let me just make sure this is okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to slip stitch into the first stitch, and in here I'm a tie crocheter, guys, so 1, 2, 3. We're gonna chain. That counts as our first double crochet, and we're gonna do 2 more double crochets into the center of that chain 4. You can go ahead and work in your tail if you'd like. If you want to go ahead and work it in afterwards, it's totally up to you. This tutorial is not so much about showing you how to make a granny square, but a little trick to chain 2 after you've done your first chain 3, 2 double crochets, another 3 double crochets, come on now, chain 2, another 3 double crochets, chain 2, another 3 double crochets, and we got 1, 2, 3. All we need is one more corner, and so we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and slip stitch on the top of this chain 3, original chain 3 chain that we made. So now we got our 4 corners. This is the beginning of the granny square. Now at this point everybody does it different. Some people slip stitch over to this next space. Some people just chain 3 and keep on going. I myself turn my work, so what I do is I chain 3, turn my work, and do my corner, chain 2, do another set of 3 double crochets, and that's what you're going to do in every corner. It's basically 3 double crochets. I use the first chain 3, chain 2 for the corner, and then another 3 double crochets. That's in each corner. Now we're going to jump to the next corner, and we're going to do another 3 double crochets, we're going to chain 2, and in the same space another 3 double crochets. I'm not going too much again into details as to how you make a granny square, because everybody makes it differently, and there's different preferences, and there is no right or wrong way. It's whatever you prefer. On to the next corner, we're gonna do another 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Now we have 1 corner, 2 corners, 3 corners. We're going to jump into the final corner, and we're going to do another 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Get this tail out of my way. Another 3 double crochets here. That's 2 and 3. And now I'm going to go to the top of this chain 3, and I like putting it right in here. Slip stitch into that space, and we got the second row. This is where it starts to change a little bit. This is where you will begin working your pattern. And once again, we are going to do 1, 2, 3. Turn my work, and in the same space I'm going to do, this is considered my first double crochet, so I am going to do a treble into this bottom space here. This is the, we're going to work into the, let me get something to show you really quick. Should have had this ready, but it's okay. We're going to work into the center double crochet from the prior row. So this is my 3 double crochet cluster. We're going to work into the center one. Into that center one, we're going to do a treble crochet. Okay, so you're going to go in here and do it loosely so that your work doesn't dip. And then into that same, into the space where you would normally have put the 3 double crochets, you're going to do your 3rd double crochet. Then you're going to jump in the corners. In the corners, you're not going to do this stitch. You're just going to do your basic corners. You're only going to do this stitch in your center clusters. Okay. So now we're going to jump into a corner, and we're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. I've slowed down a little bit because I want to show you exactly how and where the stitches go. And once again, I apologize, I am a tie crocheter, so my spaces are not as loose as maybe they are for you, but now we're going to go into the center space, and we're going to do 3 double crochet, actually 1 double crochet, sorry, a treble crochet into that center top stitch of the cluster, the center double crochet of the bottom cluster. And pull up a little bit so it's doesn't dip on you. And then you're going to do your double crochet in that space where you would have normally done it, a regular cluster space. See how this comes down to the bottom, and the others are in the space where you would normally do your cluster. Okay. Then you're going to go to your corner, and once again you're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. Okay, so you have your spike here. You have a spike here. I will tell you that normally the granny spike stitch, I'm going to show you now why I consider mine to be different. Okay, normally the spike stitch is you do a double crochet, you do an elongated double crochet, into the space where you would do it, but you will pull up and do a double crochet. It just an elongated one. Because I'm a tight crocheter, I found that even though I did that, my work would still kind of pull towards the center. So that's why I decided, instead of doing an elongated double crochet, I would do an elongated treble crochet, because that kind of guarantees that I am going to have the stitch long enough so that it doesn't tug towards the center of my work, if that makes any sense. You get the same effect, and it gives you a better outcome of your work not doing this number, basically dipping in the center, at least for people like myself who are tight crocheters. Now we're going to go back into the next corner, and we're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, three double crochets, and we're back into that another center stitch. We're going to do a double crochet in the chain space, or in the space. We're going to do a treble crochet onto the top of the bottom double crochet. In this case it's a double crochet, but it will eventually be on top of the treble, so you're going to have a treble on top of a treble, and then a double crochet like normal. Back into your next corner, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, got a little bit of an allergy going on. And then on top of this 1, 2, 3, we're going to slip stitch. Okay, so let's stop and let's see where we're at. So let me hide this tail back here. So we did, on the first one we did a chain 3, a treble crochet onto the bottom, the bottom cluster, middle double crochet, and then a double crochet. We did a corner, regular corner, the same here, double, treble, double, the treble on the bottom stitch, regular corner, the same thing here, regular corner, and then once again a double, treble on the bottom cluster stitch, and then another double, and then your corner. So now we are going to, as I do, is 1, 2, 3, turn my work, and we're going to do a treble crochet into the center stitch down here, me and my tie stitches, pull up a little bit, and then another double crochet into the space. See what I'm talking about? Then we're going to go into the corner, and we're going to do chain 3, I'm sorry, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Then we're going to go into this space, and we're going to do a double crochet, a treble crochet into this space, and then another double crochet into this space here. Double, treble, and back into that space, a double. There's your spike. Going to the next one again, you're going to do a double, a treble into this bottom stitch, pull up a little bit, and then another double into that space. That's the regular space. And into the corner we're going to do another 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. And that is how I do my spike granny stitch to avoid it from dipping in the center as your work grows. We'll go in here again and we're going to do another double crochet, a treble, pull up a little bit, another double. See? And then again, double crochet, a treble, and another double. This yarn is not new. It's actually been recycled a couple times. I use it for tutorials and stuff like that, and I reuse it, so it has become a little splitty, but needless to say, it gets the job done. So here you go again, a double, a treble, a double. Into your corner, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. And if you're wondering what hook I'm using one of my dots hooks from Crochet.com, which is the We Crochet company. These have become one of my favorite hooks. Regular corner. Now we go into the next space and we're going to do a double crochet, and I think you guys kind of have it down packed now. A treble into that bottom prior stitch, and a double where you would normally put it. Once again, there's your spike. I'll do another one, a double crochet, a treble, and a double, and into the corner I go with 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Now I don't know if I'm the only one who does a treble in the center or if more people do it. Most of the instructions for the spike stitch, all the instructions that I've seen for the spike stitch calls for a elongated double crochet. So I don't know if this is something, I have not seen this being done before. I'm thinking it may be out there. I'm sure somebody else is doing it, but I haven't seen a video with it, which is the reason why I chose to go ahead and do a quick kind of video of the spike stitch with a little bit of a twist. And then the last space we're gonna do a double crochet, a treble into the bottom stitch, and another double crochet, and then we're going to slip stitch into the top of this chain 3 space. So this is how your work goes. You see this tail goes frontwards and backwards depending on whether I'm working in the front or the back, because I twist my work. I don't know if you can see the spike in these stitches. Now once you start going, like I mentioned before, on the next row you'll notice that you're actually going to be doing your treble crochet on top of the treble crochet. It's going to eventually fall where you're always doing a treble crochet on top of the treble crochet. So you see how nicely square my work is. I kind of like twisting back and forth, and by doing the treble crochet, basically a slightly elongated treble crochet, it gives you enough pull so that your work does not dip in the center. You don't end up with a square that is dipping in the center and then eventually starts peeking at the corners. And because I have had that happen when I first started doing the spike stitch, which is the reason why I decided to change the way that I did it. Let's do one more row. 1, 2, 3. Turn my work, treble crochet into the prior treble crochet, and then a double into that space. Next space we're going to double crochet, treble crochet into the bottom, double crochet here, and then double crochet into the space. So you're going to be going into the trebles, and then on the corners you're going to be going into the doubles. But don't worry about that. All you gotta do is making sure the treble crochet always goes into the bottom center stitch, the top of the bottom center stitch. That's it. And then your doubles will always go into your spaces. Once again, I am a tie crocheter. I apologize for that, but I don't know why, but I just am. I don't know if it's just the way that I hold my yarn, or I just like, I don't know. I've always been a tie crocheter. So, but we were gonna do this last row together. So we did your 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochets, double crochet, treble crochet onto the prior stitch, and then another double crochet into the space. Double crochet into the space, treble crochet into the prior stitch from the row before, and a double crochet into the space. Double crochet again into the space, treble crochet into the prior stitch, center stitch of the cluster, and another double crochet into the space. Corner we're going to go with the, once again, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, and the next space is a double crochet, treble crochet into the prior stitch, prior row center stitch of the cluster, and another double crochet into the space. Again, double crochet into the space, treble crochet into the prior stitch, double crochet into the space, double crochet again into the space, treble crochet into the prior stitch. Once again, we're stitching into the center top stitch of the prior cluster, if that makes any sense. That's a long explanation. And then once again, corner is 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. So we're at so far. You see what pretty texture it gives it? It's your basic granny square. It just gives it a little bit of an updated look, a little bit of je ne sais quoi. It's kind of like a little bit of a fancy granny. That's what I call it. It's the fancy granny. Double crochet into the space, treble crochet into that prior center stitch from the prior cluster, and again another double crochet into the space. Double crochet, treble crochet, and double crochet into the space. Reach the corner. We're going to do 3, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets, and the final space we're going to do a double crochet, treble crochet into that prior stitch, center cluster, and a double crochet, and we're going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3, and there we go. There we have it. What do you guys think? Can you guys see the stitch? Let me go ahead and pull you guys a little closer so you guys can see it a little bit better. Oh, wrong way. I don't know if you can see it or if it's... See the spikes? So that is basically how I do my spiked granny stitch with a twist. Once again, the reason I do it this way is because, as you guys can see, I am a very tight crocheter and my work was actually dipping in the center, and that was doing an elongated double crochet, which is what normally you do, but I decided to do a slightly elongated treble crochet because it gave me more length in order to avoid the dipping in the sides, and it worked great. And I think it gives me the same results, absolutely the same results. So if you guys enjoyed this short tutorial, simple tutorial, please give me a thumbs up, comment, if give me your feedback. Let me know how you do your granny squares, how you do your spike granny stitch if you do them, and if you have any tricks that you do to make sure it's square, just go ahead and put all that in the comment. But please go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I appreciate you guys hanging with me and giving me the opportunity to show you my little trick to doing the spike granny stitch. As I always say, I hope that you're having a blessed morning, noon, night, evening, regardless of where you're watching from. I love you guys from the Yarny Cave. Peace. I'll see you guys soon. God bless. Love you. Bye.